This is the final call for Mr. ERIK Ten Hag. Your plane is boarding now. Straight to Amsterdam. Here we go.
It's over. It's the end of an era. ERIK Ten Hag is no more. ERIK Ten Hag is no longer the Manchester United manager. The day that most Manchester United fans have been hoping for, the day that all of the media outlets have been waiting for, it's here. It's happened. ERIK Ten Hag has been sacked by Manchester United. And if it's the first time you're watching Universal Sports, make sure you do like, comment and subscribe. Earlier today, David Ornstein, The Atlantic, they were talking about ERIK Ten Hag. It could be the final straw, but around midday today, ERIK Ten Hag was sacked. Manchester United released a statement. What's your initial thoughts? He's gone.
He's gone. I went to Riyadh, wanted him out then. I went to Doha, he was still there. I went to Dubai, he won the FA Cup, he should have been sacked then. I went to Istanbul again. I went to Morocco. I went to Pakistan. I went to Abu Dhabi. I went to Dubai. I went to Istanbul again. We just came back yesterday. And it's finally happened. We come back and the next day he's sacked. He's gone.
Let me take you a little bit back. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he lost his smile. He got sacked. ERIK Ten Hag came in from Ajax, full of hope. Manchester United fans thought, this is it. It's a dawn of a new era. Manchester United are going to be back to the top where they belong. But unfortunately, it's all ended with Ten Hag getting on that plane and he's gone straight to Amsterdam. You've got what you wanted. Most Man United fans have got what they wanted. Why did it go all wrong for ERIK Ten Hag?
Initially his tactics, his players playing players out of position. The big one that was questionable was Mazraoui playing as number 10. And then he's buying his Ajax players. That didn't work out for him. The Ajax players are still here, he's gone.
Let's talk about the strategy of the game, his game plan, or his lack of game plan. That was probably one of the biggest problems. What do you think? What were the biggest problems? I mean, he was gaslighting us. He was telling us that he was seeing things when he wasn't seeing things. He thought we were playing well when we wasn't playing well. But for you, the number one thing, what was it?
His press conference afterwards, we played really well. We lost the game, we played really well. We lost? We kept losing 3-0 against big six teams. Tottenham 3-0, Liverpool at home 3-0, at Old Trafford behind here, going to the home games. Losing 3-0, embarrassing performance. His time was up. Finally, the Ineos and Sir Jim finally pulled the plug, but it took him so long to pull the plug. He should have been sacked straight after the FA Cup final. Louis van Gaal was sacked after the FA Cup final. I don't know why it took Ineos and Sir Jim so long.
That's the thing. Like, for me, if they're gonna sack ERIK Ten Hag, they could have done it in the summer. They could have also done it in the last international break, and the time where ERIK Ten Hag finally gets laid to rest, should we say, where he gets finally the final nail in the coffin. It happens in a game where Man United should have won 4-0, 5-0, and the most ironic thing is it's VAR that sacked ERIK Ten Hag ultimately. It wasn't Ineos, it wasn't the players, it was VAR that was the final nail for him.
Yeah, the Premier League probably had enough for him as well. They were on I think the fan realised the last 24 hours. It's like somewhere ERIK Ten Hag out most of the season, but finally everyone come to the conclusion he needs to go after yesterday's results.
One of the main things I've noticed about Man United fans and Man United channels, we always have someone to blame. ERIK Ten Hag is now gone. Who's next on the firing line? Is it Ineos? We're going to find out, because knowing Manchester United fans, they're going to start blaming someone soon. So let's see who it is. For the rest of the video, I want to talk about who is coming next to Old Trafford, and also what were some of ERIK Ten Hag's high moments and low moments, and there were quite some of them. But before we do that, if it's the first time you're watching Universal Sports, make sure you do like, comment and subscribe. Let's get 500 likes on this video. I want to talk to you about what's next for Manchester United. Earlier on, Man United, they released a statement that said Ruud van Nistelrooy is going to be in charge. Whether it's interim or until the end of the season, there's quite conflicting reports about that. But who do you think is going to be next? There's quite a few names. Is it going to be Potter? Is it going to be Southgate? Is it going to be Xavi? Is Solskjaer coming back? Will Van Nistelrooy keep it? What do you think?
There's quite a few lists that have been put together. We've got Nagelsmann.
He's in. Can he do two jobs at one?
He can probably do two jobs in one.
He hasn't been with the United player. He doesn't know how much problems there's going to be.
Then you got Thomas Frank emerging.
Look, for me, I think that could be the shout. You know, he's done a good job for Brentford. He's got a bit something about him. But can he handle the hot seat?
The manager I like is the Sporting Lisbon manager, Rubinho.
Are you going to try say his name, yeah?
Almirinho, something like that. But he's really good if he can get his buy him out, and then get him on.
Look, it reminds me of a young special one, a young Jose Mourinho. Chelsea took a chance on him, and it worked out for them. But I think Ineos are going to do something that the United fans are not going to like, and I'll tell you what that is. I think it's going to be Gareth Southgate. Remember, Gareth Southgate said he's not going to take a new job until next year. Next year starts January 1st, baby. So watch this space. What do you think? I think it's going to be Southgate.
I don't want Southgate. I don't like Southgate's ball, especially with England. Like, took them to the finals, but didn't win anything.
The thing is, though, Ineos, like I said before, we're going to start blaming someone next. Ten Hag's not here. It's now Ineos in the firing line. Look, Ineos are... Man United are broke. They tried sending Mainu and Garnacho on Man City's flight to save costs. There was a report saying that since Ratcliffe has told everybody to come back to work because he said that there's no flexible working anymore, they don't have enough office space at Old Trafford. They've been using the hospitality suites as part-time places to work, and that's costing them money. Do Ineos know what they're doing? Can they be trusted to handle the next appointment? Because it needs to be right.
I don't know. I'm just worried about Ineos and Sir Jim. Look at Nice. They're struggling to get in top four. We've got another team that's struggling in relegation, whereas Man United now in the relegation battle. We're 6 points off the relegation zone. We're 14th in the league this November nearly.
There's been a lot about us being 14th in the league, and that nicely brings me on to the highs and lows of ERIK Ten Hag. I'm going to start off with highs. 2 years, 2 trophies. Is it unfortunate that he's been sacked? He's brought the FA Cup, he's brought the League Cup. On paper, it's not bad.
It's on paper, it's not bad, but the league consistency, we finished 8th last year. That's worse than David Moyes, and now we're 14th.
What was your best moment under ERIK Ten Hag?
Probably in the FA Cup final against Man City. Got one over the...
It was the best moment, but ironic, it could be the moment that just prolonged his fate.
Yeah.
It just prolonged his fate. I'm going to go on to lows now, and there's been quite a few lows for ERIK Ten Hag. Before we do that, let us know in the comments what was your number one high moment while ERIK Ten Hag was Manchester United manager, and also let us know what was your lowest moment, and we're going to talk about that now. For me,
it has to be the one.
It has to be 7-0.
7-0.
7-0 was one of the lowest moments as a Manchester United fan, and saying that, even, and it's quite ironic again, yesterday I watched the game, we watched it together, the number of chances, VAR screwing them, it seemed like at that point it was the inevitable.
Yeah, so for me the 7-0 as well, that was the lowest point. Couldn't sleep after that, the 7-0. Got done over by our rivals, Liverpool. Embarrassing that. He should have been sacked after that game if that was the case, but decided to keep him on. But finally he's gone to Amsterdam. You can sleep well tonight.
ERIK Ten Hag has been sacked by Manchester United. One thing is clear, Manchester United are 14th in the Premier League. Manchester United no longer have a full-time manager. They have an interim manager, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Ineos are now in the firing line. Who will be the one to save Manchester United? At the moment, we don't know, but we're going to need to find out real damn soon, because this club is in a mess. This club is nowhere near where they belong. And the question is, who is it going to be that puts Manchester United back at the top of English football? If it's the first time you watch Universal Sports, make sure you do like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.